Good evening, and thank you very much for joining us. One man is dead and another in hospital after a crash on Highway 16 near Peyton shortly after 9 o'clock last night. According to witnesses, the driver of a Chevy Impala was on the wrong side of the road without any headlights when he collided with a flat deck truck hauling a trailer. The driver of the Impala was pronounced dead on scene, and the other victim remains in hospital in North Battleford with non-life-threatening injuries. The highway has since reopened after an investigation by a RCMP traffic analyst. Well, the fate of nude entertainment at the Cooler nightclub is now in the hands of an appeals board. The club, represented by an Edmonton law firm, went in front of the City of Lloydminster's Development Appeals Board today, looking to have the stop order served 2 months ago lifted. They say nude entertainment only began after Bylaw 2002 was repealed on June 12th. The owners are looking to continue having nude dancers take the stage at the club, even with new zoning regulations put in place on August 27th through what is called a grandfather clause. However, the city says because of the Cooler's location in a commercial area, they must comply with the stop order or be fined. During the public hearing, 9 people spoke out against the Cooler. The board then went behind closed doors for an in-camera session, only to decide to defer any decision for the next 30 days. And we will have the full story coming up later in our cast. Earlier in the year, the Saskatchewan government committed $2.2 million to having provincial patients participate in the Pan-Canadian MS clinical trials. Since then, the patients have been chosen and trials are set to begin this November, a date that can't come any sooner for people suffering from MS. Mike Baden has the story.
Ralph Davies had the CCSVI treatment 2 years ago and says bringing the procedure to Canada is a huge step in the right direction.
For people that want to go to have the treatment, it'll make a big difference because it'll be done here in Canada instead of having to go to a different country. A lot safer as far as if there's problems show up and you don't have medical coverage out of country, that's a big plus.
Many studies have come out saying CCSVI is an unnecessary procedure, but most people that go through it say it's life-changing.
Overall, I think that those who have come back from the treatment have been very excited, especially in the short term. I think the experiences of most of our people locally has been that it's been very positive.
Once a month, the MS Society holds a lunch where sufferers of MS can talk about the treatment and all of their experiences dealing with the disease.
We have noticed that to the average person maybe looking at that person who's had the treatment, some of the improvements might not be visible. There are lots of invisible symptoms of MS that people say that they've reported improvements in, like fatigue and some of the numbness and those types of sensations.
And after 2 years, Ralph is still seeing results.
It's all been improved. My right side was getting weaker and my balance was off and everything, so it's really picked up since then.
Mike Baden, Newcap News.
Well, Thanksgiving has come and gone, but not everyone was fortunate enough to enjoy a feast with their family. Each fall, Farm Credit Canada travels through rural towns and cities to collect non-perishable items to help support food banks. Stefan Kachmar has the story.
Hunger is not only an urban problem, it affects all communities, including Lloydminster. The FCC ended its Drive-Away Hunger Tour in the border city on Tuesday.
The FCC is very active in rural communities, and that's our focus. And if we've helped to feed those kids and feed the people, then I think we're accomplishing our goals.
According to the FCC, 60,000 people rely on food banks to feed themselves in Alberta.
Of those people using the food banks, over 40% are children in Alberta, so it's really important.
Members at Co-op Marketplace were able to purchase bags full of non-perishable items for $10 each that would be picked up by the FCC tour.
We feel that as a cooperative, it's definitely part of our mission to reach out and to build our community, and we're excited that we can be part of that and bring some of that generosity to others.
The bags were then taken to the Lloydminster Salvation Army, where the food will be distributed to people in need.
There's no way any one organization could do it without the donations of the community.
Donations like these are what helps keep organizations like the Salvation Army operating and able to help the community.
the smiles, the overwhelming relief that they know they're going to be okay and their families are going to be okay.
A grand total of 1,272 pounds of food was collected. Stefan Kaczmar, Newcap News.
Well, Gerard, I almost got blown away this morning. That wind was
no.
so heavy.
It's fierce.
And then the rain later in the afternoon. Not a very nice day.
No, it's not pretty at all to look at, and that wind just trying to be friendly and wrapping around trying to blow you away. Come on. It's been like that. Let's see what we're dealing with. To add to the woe, true, the highest temperatures we've actually seen today were just after midnight, and that about sums it up. Look at that wind there. Northwest, 39 to 52 K, 68% is that humidity, and that rain coming down at intervals there. And it's a similar story right across the region. Some more of it going on in the Battlefords as we speak. Just to sum it up, just after midnight, the Battlefords, they were actually at 9 degrees, and the temperatures have just gone steadily downwards during the course of the day. We are going to be coming out of it, though, courtesy of a high pressure. Details on that coming up later in the cast.
Coming up, Halloween is just around the corner and residents are getting into the ghoulish spirit. That story's next. A local mother is organizing a Blue Moon Festival this weekend, raising awareness and money for Snowflake House Respite Foundation. Lily Belland started the nonprofit back in March and is working towards providing respite services for families with children living with a disability.
It's a very critical need that if families don't get that break, there's very good chance of family breakup happening, and we don't want to see that. We want to make sure that families who are in that situation are able to still be part of society.
Saturday's festival will be filled with fun and games for the whole family to take part in.
It's just going to be a lot of fun. We've got some live entertainment to go on as well. We're going to have a few people tell their stories of what respite would mean to them.
The event gets underway at 1 o'clock this coming Saturday afternoon at the New Life Community Church. Well, Halloween is just 2 weeks away, and the border city is home to its very own haunted house. Yvonne Claroux says his spooky estate is nearly complete and will be ready to scare all the little ghouls and goblins very soon.
There's a lot of exciting things, people in coffins. Nothing will pop out and get you, but it's spooky enough to be thrilled by.
Claru says he's already put up more than 200 pieces and there's still more to come. While everyone is welcome to check out the home, he's hoping people will bring in a cash donation. He's collecting money for the Heart and Stroke Foundation. As for the treats, Claru says he's always accepting donations before Halloween to add to his candy store.
Walk through the yard as best you can and through the people. And when you get to the candy store, of course you get your candies. You're welcome to stay around and walk around, check out some more. Have fun, have a good old time.
The Halloween house will be open to the public starting on the 25th. You can check out the home at 4820 49th Street. Well, some talented Lloydminster teachers are being recognized. Staff and students of École Saint Thomas are honoring some of their own with a provincial teaching award. Will Cortez has more.
An assembly celebrated the hard work of Lisette Brochu. The Outstanding Teacher Award was given to Madame Brochu in honor of her dedication to her students.
Madame Brochu is an excellent teacher in every definition of the word, especially the fact that she has worked in lots of different grades. She's helped students learn to read in French. She's helped students with all of aspects of their learning in kindergarten, in grade 1 and grade 2.
Though the award is a major accomplishment, Madame Brochu believes she is no more deserving of the award than the next teacher.
I felt very honored to win this award, but I also felt humbled because I think that so many of my colleagues have inspired me and so many of them could be recognized with this same award.
Everyone is so thrilled and so proud that Lisette has been honored with this award. Everyone agrees that she's absolutely deserving of the award. We think it says a lot about all of our teachers in general. You know, she's a great role model and a great inspiration to all of our teachers, especially our young teachers.
The award is meant to represent teachers who inspire and teach students to read, write, and speak French in the province of Saskatchewan. After 25 years of teaching, the learning never stops.
Teaching isn't always easy. There are a lot of difficult days, there are a lot of difficult months and even years sometimes. But I think that as a teacher, you're always trying to change your teaching practices. You're trying to change what you do in order to continually meet the needs of your students.
Will Cortez, Newcap News.
Well, regional studies show the earlier students gain the basics of reading and writing, the better chance they have for academic success later in life. On this week's Beyond the Classroom, we take a look at how the Catholic School Division has launched a new program to give kids a firm grasp on those skills at a younger age. This kindergarten class is going high-tech.
I do the number 3.
And now K students here are spending even more time with their new gadgets, with an extra 2.5 hours a week in the classroom.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's called Kindergarten Plus. New this year, each K student goes to class 3 days a week. Teachers say the change will help boost literacy and numeracy skills with more hands-on learning.
If you're working one-on-one with a child, you can really make a difference. And because you can target where they're at and then bring them to the level that they need to be at.
And regional studies show the earlier kids gain a grasp of these skills, the better.
There's a lot of research to show that if students are reading by grade 3, they're going to be successful in their future. And so that's our goal at LCSD, is to really support the early years and give them that extra boost.
So whether it's learning your letters,
Writing my name. Nate isn't my real name. Nathaniel's my real name.
And do you know how to spell Nathaniel?
Yeah. Nathaniel.
Or tapping into new technology.
It's so funny. It's all about he's gonna get eaten by a monster. And I have to try to stop him.
Now these kids have more time and one-on-one attention. And just a few months in, educators are already seeing a difference.
Beyond the Classroom is brought to you by Lakeland College. Apply to any Lakeland College program during the open house and pay no application fee. Plus, enter for your chance to win an iPad 3.